Hey there, saxophone fans. I have a very interesting and cool old saxophone to show off today, so I decided it'd be really cool to make a little video because this one is just incredibly unique and we rarely see anything like this in our shop. So why not make a little documentation of it? So this is a Buffet Apogee, which is the brand model of this alto, and I believe based on serial number this should have been made by Yvette Schaefer around 1905 approximately. So really beautiful, and you can see it's got these like gorgeous engravings on the bell. I'm not sure if you can see. Not sure what the camera is picking up here, but you know, why not? Just wanted to show it off a little bit. We've fully overhauled this horn, so it has all new pads, corks, and felts. We did all the felting in the old school way, as you can see, wrapping the corks around the bumpers. But this one has this horn's so old that it has some really unique keywork, which is something we should take note of and kind of show off. One of the craziest things ever was look at this technically low D. It has a secondary pad on top of it, much like, very similar to like a soprano saxophone where you have that double pad on the C and C sharp. So this has it on low D actually. So I believe the idea here is that you can close low D with one of your fingers, and then you can actually trill quickly the sort of like a half hold version of D, which produces E flat. So it's an E flat trill, which is, I'm not quite sure why people used that back in the day. Maybe because E flat was very heavily sprung. I'm not actually sure. So maybe someone can tell me why they did that, but it's an E flat, an extra E flat trill key. Only this one's unique because it's right in the middle of the pad cup. How crazy is that? Really insane. And then this is one of those old saxophones that has what's called a double G, which is a bit of a padding nightmare. You can see that you have two pad cups. These are both G. Yeah, that can make for a bit of a nightmare when you're finishing out your overhaul, that's for sure, because they need to time and seal perfectly, as you can imagine. Strangely, usually on horns this early, you would never see a front F, but this has a front F key. How crazy is that? Now, for signs of a very, very vintage saxophone, look no further than the octave key being doubled. You have the secondary octave key, and then you have the primary that's on the neck, you can see over here. So you would, in theory, know and be trained to select in your mind the upper octave for, you know, A with the octave key and above, and then the secondary below that. Although this is later on all other saxophones, it's completely automatic. It toggles back and forth perfectly, which I guess you're supposed to do that manually here. Believe me, without practicing it, it's so hard. I can't do it. I'm not talented enough to do that. And then some other really cool and very fascinating, interesting keywork is, look at these. We have like maybe a means to trill like C sharp here. There's a connection. This little arm, I'm not sure, can you see them? 1, 2, and 3. These 3 little arms allow you to trill C sharp, low B, and then the other one, the top one, is the low B flat trill. How crazy is that? All right, so anyway, without further ado, I'm just gonna give this one a little bit of a play, but I don't have any experience playing on a saxophone this old, so it's got some different fingerings going on. See, I think I was using the wrong octave key for that for a second, but my voicing, I guess, made it work. Oh god, it's hard. Okay, let's play with some of the trill notes. So, okay, so I'll just do, I guess I'll finger it like this, and maybe I'll trill it with my pinky. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do here, but maybe I'm supposed to take my secondary finger and put it down here, and then trill with my third finger. I'm not totally sure if that's how it's supposed to go, fingering wise, but it seems to work. I guess you could use whatever's comfortable there. Now let's try some of these low trill keys. So I guess you would finger like sort of like 1 and then spread all the way down to D, low C, and then you could use this finger. Maybe you could use the middle finger for a C sharp trill. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's try low B trill. B flat. Amazing. Anyway, just such a beautiful and wonderfully designed, unique, old saxophone. Thanks so much. See ya.